friends, Kevin here from the Chord Progression Podcast. The podcast inspiring young rock and metal fans discover new music and help them find a place they can connect and feel accepted. This one is for all the lovers out there. We are reacting to the podcast we do with the band Life in Idle, and it goes around how they got on the Is Lovers Fest in Kansas for 2022, how they got on the lineup for Ohio's for Lovers Fest in 2023, their connection with Hawthorne Heights, and how Hawthorne Heights is really taking that idea of supporting your local scene and doing it to the umpteenth degree, and how we should all be doing the exact same thing. Before we jump into it though, if you like the content of this podcast, if you like the content on the channel, if you like these videos, hit that like button so I know to do more of these, and so we can push in the algorithm, we can get more people to know about the podcast, and of course, know about Life in Idle as well. If you're not subscribed to the podcast, the subscribe button right over here. We do full podcast episodes every single Tuesday and Thursday, song reactions every single Friday, and a couple of reaction clips of the podcast sprinkled in there as well for your viewing pleasure. Without further ado, let's get to it. How did you guys get on the initial line for Kansas for Lovers in 2022? And then how did you guys get invited back for 2023 in your home state nonetheless? Because that's a pretty big deal. I want to know this story.
It's crazy. It was wild that we were invited to Kansas. So Hawthorne Heights, the band that throws these festivals, is from Dayton, Ohio. It's their hometown, and they still give back to the scene, and they used to throw shows, and they still throw shows every year called Holidayton. It's a thing that they play, or they'll have a headliner and a bunch of local bands to support them. And we've been on that quite a few times, like 4 or 5 times with them. It's been an honor to be able to play in the same building with them and with our friends. And we were one of, I think, 3 bands chosen out of that. The other bands were Better Anyway and Night Beast. They were chosen for Ohio last year, and I went to Ohio's for Lovers last year, and I helped Better Anyway. I was their guitar tech a little bit. And it was really sick. I mean, the crowd was amazing, and we were just lucky enough. JT actually messaged me and was like, I just want you to know that we're taking you to Kansas because we really believe in you guys, and we know that you guys are trying to get out further and get your music further, and we want to help you get there. So they took us fucking local regional band from Ohio all across the country to play that, and that was insane. We were the first band there that day besides them. They were the first band, but we were the first band besides Hawthorne to show up to their festival. And we got the perfect spot for our merch tent. And one of the people came up to us who worked the event, was like, hey, if a bigger band wants you to move your merch tent, you have to. So we were like, oh, that sucks. But of course, you understand. If Emery or Thursday or the Wonder Years wanted that spot, we would definitely move. But it was cool because nobody asked us to. And we were in the fucking hub of where all the headlining bands had their merch set up. So we just got, and we were the only regional band to play on the main stage at that show. Yeah, because my homies in fucking Hawthorne Heights hooked it up. I love them so much. Shout out to Mark McMillan. Love you so much, bro. And something got switched last minute on the festival, and they got us on there. So we were it was really sick, man. I mean, it was like a dream come true kind of experience.
Okay, everyone, let's be honest. How many times have you heard people talk about support your local scene, support local music? It seems like a lot of times that falls on deaf ears. And even with bands that are growing and continuing to grow, they say it all the time, but when it comes to putting some of that stuff in action, there's not a lot of times we get to see it. In this instance, we get to see Hawthorne Heights supporting their local scene from Dayton, Ohio, from where they started, where they grew up. And now with their full own festival, they're giving chances to bands from their local scene to get out there, to get exposed, to play in front of a lot of people, to get national attention even, and to help these bands grow. That's what we're talking about from supporting the local scene. Now, can everyone do it on that same exact level? Absolutely not, but it just shows how impactful it can be for something like that. I mean, putting on their Holiday shows, seeing that Life and L's been on there 4 or 5 times, and then got a chance to play Kansas is for Lovers, and had 2 other bands from those Holiday shows that they're closely connected with get to play the Ohio is for Lovers Fest, which Life and L's going to be playing in 2023. It really stands out to supporting your local scene, and I love how Life and Idle just took it, where it's, you know, for Kansas for Lovers, they were the second band that arrived on site that day. The first one there was Hawthorne Heights. Well, it is their festival, so that makes sense. They set their merch tent up literally in the middle of everything around where all the other merch tents were, around the bigger bands too, and none of the bigger bands made a move. They let them have that spot. Now that is what we call supporting the local scene. That's what we call supporting these bands where, yeah, you know, of course people are going to go check out the bigger bands because they know them, because they're more established, and because they're more connected to them. But we're going to end up getting connected to these younger bands well as time goes on, as they continue to grow, and they're helping them out these different ways to get them a chance to get in front of more people, get a chance to show their stuff, and get a chance to become part of that fuller community that of a national sense. It really shows the prominence that can have and the help that can have. I mean, after this, who knows what Life and L is going to do? They've played Kansas for Lovers. Now they're going to be playing Ohio is for Lovers this year. Where is this going to go? And with the support they're continuing to get from Hawthorne Heights, who knows where that could continue to go? If you're in a band and you're, you know, not supporting your local scene, what are you doing? If you are a fan, or if you're just a music lover and you're not supporting your local scene, what are you doing? You need to be on that. I will actually call myself out on that one too, because I need to be more on that myself. I definitely want to bring more Milwaukee bands to the podcast to support my local scene. Bands like, After Hours Animals is one of them. These Fading Visions I want to shout out as well. I know I know more of them. Still Stare, they're another one. Those are 3 that stand out in my mind right now. So I want to shout them out on this episode and this reaction video. So support your local scene. Hawthorne Heights is doing it, and I mean, we're not all gonna do it at the exact same level as they are, but every little bit helps, friends. Every little bit helps. And Hawthorne Heights, that's what we're talking about. Love you guys for that. If you like the reaction video that we did for this one, hit the like button right down there to let us know to do more of these. If you are not subscribed to the podcast, hit that subscribe button right over here. If you're already subscribed, I want to give you a huge thank you, because that's the best way to support us and help grow the podcast and help us bring more rock and metal music from the best bands in the world and the best upcoming bands in the world to you as well, and to the fans. With that note, this is Kevin, and I'm out!